Unsponsored.
You're live.
Hello and welcome. Welcome. I wasn't paying any attention. Episode 48, Truth Behind Illusion. I almost said Beyond. I don't know why. I have to change the name of the show.
It's beyond.
Truth Beyond Illusion. I
Maybe.
just changed it for no reason. Anyway, tonight we're talking the Flatwoods monster. We're going back to West Virginia.
Yeah.
The cryptid capital of the United States.
Now, is this a cryptid? I mean,
That's what's interesting about it. It's
Yeah.
cryptid, maybe alien,
who knows?
maybe robot, Terminator.
Or nothing.
No,
Who knows?
most
If-
likely nothing. There's only one sighting, so it's not going to be a real long
There's two.
deep dive. Really? There's only the
there's
one
a
main
sighting that
one.
happened the next day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Next day.
Yeah.
I didn't see nothing about that.
Yeah, but it completely
know-
contradicts everything that happened the day before.
Oh, I know there's sightings of stuff in the sky, which is
Yeah.
like, well, yeah, there's always stuff in the sky.
Well, let's get the housekeeping stuff out of the way. Thank you guys so much for hanging out. If you are watching live or you're watching the replay, a like, a share goes a very long way. But we want to thank our people over on Patreon. We offer $1 to $25. We just got our payment today, which is very, very helpful. We're going to sit on that and
great.
raise some money for the next step to our podcast. We have some stuff that we have in the works. It's going to cost some money because we can do it quick. If we get one piece, but I want to get another set of cameras and stuff. I think audio wise, we're good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't think we really
audio
need-
wise, I'm good
I think we
forever.
need a soundboard. We can do drops.
I mean, I have that.
Yeah,
But I also am working on new intro music for all the shows, and we're gonna have like a welcome to the stream thing. So we're gonna go live maybe like 4 or 5 minutes before the show starts to give people time to jump in and hang out and like kind of get their thing ready before they join. And it won't be on the audio, so you won't have to listen to 5 minutes of music before it goes.
yeah,
We'll cut all
just
that
the
out.
video.
But just for the video. But yeah, so a lot of cool things. So if you could do the Patreon, it'd be fantastic. And we want to thank the people who do the Patreon. I still have to do the t-shirt winner for this month. I did not do that yet. And Ryan Vox, he probably doesn't listen to Truth Behind Illusion, but we have to get his t-shirt still too.
Mhm.
So Ryan Vox from Outbreak Wrestling, David S, Brett Squared from the Cake Stand in Monty City, Bridget M, Andrew H from Bangin' Beers Podcast, Greg R, Heidi B from Not Cool in High School, Ryan G from Fueled by Haas Podcast, Tommy B from nothing. It's just Tommy B. Tree of Life Metaphysical Shop, which we do have an ad read for because they upped their subscription a little bit now.
Okay.
So if we can do some ad reads for them.
Tommy
That's-
B from down by the sea.
Yeah, that's where
what
he's
I heard.
from. That's where he's from, Tennessee.
Tennessee, yeah.
Down by the
Yeah,
sea.
we'll give him. That's what we'll do. Give him a
Well, not only
rhymes
is
with
a
B.
C in Tennessee.
Well, yeah, but it rhymes with B.
Yeah.
So we have
like
to
it.
rhyme with B.
Brad Z.
Bad Z from also from Tennessee.
and also J Horror or JH. Sorry. So thank you guys so much for the support on Patreon. It means the world to us. And while we're here, we'll just get the first of one ad read out. So
Okay.
I'm gonna fumble this a couple times until I get used to it. But the Tree of Life is the largest metaphysical store in our area, offering a wide range of holistic and new age spiritual items and supplies.
Mhm.
Unique gifts, raw and tumbled crystals, essential oils, teas and herbs, books, tarot and oracle cards, and journals, and so much more. They offer services like Reiki, crystal healing, and cranial sacral. Thank you. Ionic foot
It does sound like a
detox.
fatality.
It does. Fatality. Ear candling, hypnotherapy, past life regression and sessions. Past life regression sessions. That's like a hip hop thing there
Mhm.
too. Book a reading with our intuitive tarot reader, have your tea leaves read, palm readings, and they also host weekly and monthly events, groups, and classes. There's something for everybody. Or would you like to host a private themed party for you and your friends?
Ooh.
Paint and sips, crafting nights, or birthday girls' night out, or bridal showers, and even more. If you come up with an idea for a party, they will do their best to provide you a magical night. Located in the mystical valley of Ringtown, Schuylkill County, check them out on the web at treeoflifeshop.com or on Facebook and Instagram of Tree of Life Shop. Use the code IWEP on the website or mention IWEP at checkout for 30% off
30. That's no 10%
all your
off.
products. There it
Yeah.
is. Discount one per customer. You can also call them at 570-741-3574. So
Mm.
thank you so much for the Tree of Life.
Their salt room is open.
That's gonna be.
I
our
don't
next,
know what a
that's gonna be our
salt room
next
is.
ad read a little later on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But there you go. They just
There
opened
it
a
is.
salt room. It is a nice place.
It is cool. We
Yeah.
have a thing coming up very soon. I think still, if unless it got changed or canceled, we'll see.
Okay.
I know the last one we had to hold off on. So we'll see how it goes. But we should be there in the near future. But all right,
Post haste. That's another word I had, an old timey word.
post taste.
No, yeah.
And a fourth night.
Yeah, no, it was
I don't
something. It was like one word for when you're going to be there, quickly, not quickly, but in the immediate future, but not exactly immediate. I don't know. What am I talking about?
Well, before we get into it, we'll have a little bit of banter because I don't know how long the topic's going to go. But have you guys had any paranormal, cryptid, weird things or news you've heard about or watched or discovered since the last episode?
I've been listening to a book on Scribd that I really like called Backwoods Witchcraft.
Ooh.
And Scribd, I cannot recommend that enough to people, especially if you are in the metaphysical type stuff. There's lots of witchcraft books, a lot of healing books and stuff on there that are must reads or must listens, and a lot of them are audiobooks now that I could listen to it while I'm doing something, and that way I can still digest a book and get stuff done. So
Yeah.
it's hard for me to actually sit down with a real book and actually do something like read.
Yeah.
So it's easier for me just to listen. And I really love it. This is a book that I'm probably going to buy a hard copy of just to have all the information in the book for future reference.
There you go.
There you go. I've been watching Penn and Teller bullshit. Yeah, so that's not helping me at all with
No, no.
my
I was gonna
belief
say,
system.
well, maybe they bullshit. Like they go and out a psychic or something. Maybe they do that.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
that's exactly the whole premise of the show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They kind of go after everything and show you how it's kind of done.
Yeah.
What do they say to people that actually help the police department then? Help them solve unsolved mysteries and stuff? Cold cases.
Statistically,
Yeah.
they don't really help the police officers at all.
Well, what's the statistic? Can you bring me up some
It's not
statistics?
statistics. They don't know statistics, but there's a lot of times where when you watch something on TV, a lot of that information is never used.
Because I know a lot of psychics that are actually payrolled by police departments to help them. In
That I
remote
would have to
viewing.
see to believe.
Yeah.
But every single time you see it done on TV,
Now, I'm not telling TV. I'm saying people that I've known and talked to, they are employed or they are called upon by police departments when the case goes completely cold for remote viewing and to get some sort of clue to
Yeah.
go on.
I it'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
But a lot of it from what
It
they
might
said.
be an interesting topic next, not next time, but down the road.
Sure,
The
absolutely.
different, like the ratio of people who actually, get their cases solved through that compared to ones that don't, or what you think is horseshit,
Mhm.
I guess, or not.
Sure, it'd be a fun topic to dive into.
Yeah.
What about you?
That PA page, the PA, what is it?
The anthracite
Anthracite.
tales.
Yeah, they posted their story about the
Broad
tumbling
Mountain
rub.
Ghost.
Yeah, no, the Broad
Oh.
Mountain Ghost, but the tumbling rug monster,
Oh yeah,
which is a big like serpent snake thing, which I found them. I remember one time
Don't
I
like
said something
that.
about it. Yeah.
Where was that thing at? Like,
So if
I
you're-
glaze over the article.
To be terribly local, if you're going down 61 and with Wiener's Metal Junkyard,
Yeah, yeah,
Wiener's is
yeah,
a
okay.
junkyard, everyone.
Yeah.
If you make a left and go that way,
Okay.
there's a dam right there,
Oh yeah. Okay.
and there's
a
like
giant monster snake.
a lake, and that used to be a resort back in the 40s and 50s.
oh.
And they closed. There used to actually be a trolley you could ride from there.
So there
to
was this
Pottsville.
gigantic snake.
Yes, that's what they claim. The tumbling run river monster.
Okay.
So
That's
I
terrifying.
have to look into that more. I don't know if you could get a whole episode of that. Maybe like half. Maybe if we did if we could get another local cryptid.
Yeah,
we
put, like,
could.
local stuff together.
It's cool
Yeah.
because they can go see that place. It's a shame that the resort wasn't there. It was very nice.
Yeah.
Like they had,
Oh,
they had
we-
the stuff that went over into the water and stuff.
Yeah.
And they had a thing where when people get married, they would throw like silver dollars or something
Yeah.
in the water there. I forget.
The lead created the
Create the
created the
that
monster.
created the silverback.
Yeah.
This.
We actually had like roller coasters and stuff in Pottsville at little parks and stuff.
It was
too.
called Dream City, and it was right
Yeah.
outside Port Carbon.
Yeah.
It'd be even more low. I know many things before my time.
I know there was one in hometown. Like
Yeah.
if
Was
you're
it? Oh,
leaving
wow.
Monty City, and you
I didn't
cross
know
over
that.
the rain tracks. Deer Lake, that was a whole amusement park.
Oh wow! I
We
didn't know
actually
that.
had a lot of nice stuff, and then it just went to shit.
All the low life come in and ruin it.
Yeah, I doubt it. Before people of color moved to our area, we were.
I didn't mean-
we were. I'm just saying that our people in
No,
this.
we
area,
didn't-
I
we
didn't say
didn't-
you. I'm
Yeah.
just saying a lot of people in this area are like, oh, it's because the riffraff from the city came. No, we were ruining everything long before everybody
There's a
else
lot
got
of
here.
just
white
think
low
times-
life.
That's
I
what I'm
just-
saying. They've been
I
ruining
just
a
think
lot of.
times change. People
There's
change.
people that don't respect stuff.
Yeah.
That's it. Drugs.
Yeah.
But to live back in that time, though, to have a little bit of like a roller coaster in Pottsville,
There was
a
like a
little place
beach
to go.
at
Yeah.
It was Marlin.
There was
all
a-
right. It was the Marlin Dam. There was cabins there, and then they were thinking of Sweet Owl Lake. So there we go.
Yeah, Sweet Arrow Lake, and that's still nice to go to.
It is
in
nice.
Pine Grove.
Yeah.
I go kayaking there all the time.
We ain't
Alright.
talking about kayaks. Well, maybe you could get a kayak in West Virginia,
I think West Virginia would be
Flatwoods.
great for kayaking.
West Virginia.
I don't
I bet there is some nice whitewater rafting in West Virginia. So the cool thing about this, we're going to be talking about the Flatwoods monster.
How did you hear about this thing?
I don't know the
Like,
first time.
Where's the first time you ever heard this?
I don't think it was kryptonite.
That's for me, it is.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think I heard it somewhere else, at like one of them alien shows or something.
Okay.
Because they show the classic image of it, which we'll talk about. I think it was one of them, but like not Ancient Aliens, but like the ones like UFO True Stories, something like that. You know?
Yeah.
like-
I had a beer that I was going to drink tonight
Mhm.
because it's like a cryptid beer, and it was
Ooh.
sponsored by a local podcast from the area,
Paranormal Punch.
Paranormal Punchers. Did I do it in the last episode?
Yes.
Think so.
Did I drink that one?
The
Diablo
Diablo
Witch?
Twitch, yeah.
I drank it on the show.
Yeah,
All right. Well, then we're covered. Yeah, but I've been, my stomach's been really messed up today, so I don't think beer is a great idea for me.
Well,
No.
probably
I went a
not.
little too hard Mania weekend, I think.
Oh my god.
Oh boy,
and
got to
kinda-
detox.
Kind of fucked myself up. I drank so much.
So let's travel to West Virginia, not too far from Hopkinsville.
Really?
Yeah, not too
And then the
far.
Mothman's
Yeah,
flying
the
around there.
that's Point Pleasant. We're all right. This is like right in the center, smack dab in the center.
There must be something
West
in
Virginia.
West Virginia that
Yeah.
Crazy
tracks
people.
these things.
She just found about the sheep squatch. That's also in the book. I'll go over a couple more in the book then.
There it is.
But it's pretty cool that and this happened roughly the same, not too long after Hopkinsville. Hopkinsville, it's hard to say. So September 12th, 1952, 7:15 p.m.
Dum, dum, dum.
Yeah, the small towns of Flatwoods in central West Virginia. Population about 300. Two brothers, Ed and Fred May. Some put Eddie and Freddie. We're just gonna do Ed and Fred.
I like
Right?
Ed. I like Ed.
Or
Ed-
Edward and Fred. It's like there's no Fredward. I'm assuming maybe they're twins. It doesn't say. There's no info about that.
Yeah.
Ed and
Jackie
Fred.
in the chat saying what's going on.
Hi,
What's going on,
Jackie.
Hey,
How you doing? Is that your
Jackie.
friend, Jackie?
Yeah, that's Jackie.
That's the
The only Jackie in the
girl.
world.
last
Just
guest.
Your friend Jackie. No other Jackies.
no
yeah.
other Jackies.
No other Jackie.
Nope, not in the whole world.
Not
Okay.
in this universe.
Ed and Fred, along with their friend Tommy Heyer or Hayer, something I don't know, were playing football in their yard when they saw a bright light streak across the sky and land on a neighboring farm owned by a man named J. Bailey Fisher. Why they have his name there? It doesn't matter because they never reference it again.
It's his property.
Yeah, it's his property. Now we know. In case you're ever there in Flatwoods, well, that's the old Jerry Fisher farm. The boys ran into the house and told their mother, Kathleen May, who apparently was a hairdresser. I found that out. Again, that has nothing to do with the story. What they just saw, she decided to take the boys and two other children, Neil Nunley and Ronnie Shaver, along with a West Virginia National Guardsman who I think was like 19 or 20, named Eugene Lemon, to investigate the happening. Where these people come from, no information.
I guess they kind of all seen it and they're like, "Are you going?
Maybe.
Let's all go together."
Or like, why would like they
Well,
just,
she was the only like adult in the party, right?
yeah, but like, where were these other two kids?
I think all the kids were outside playing.
Well,
and
no,
then
it
they
says like,
went and
it
got
says
the
like
mom.
Fred and Ed and their friend Tom, they were playing, and they got the mom, and there was just kids. Two
Yeah.
other kids just appear,
Kids like, "Yo, did you see that shit? I seen
Yeah.
that shit. Let's go fucking check that
and
shit out."
and they're not related. Like, well, maybe they were neighbors.
What an
Let's just assume they're
adventurous
neighbors.
mom, by the way.
I know. She's like,
She's like, "Let's go.
yeah,
The woods on fire.
Yeah,
Let's-
light- yeah.
I'll bring all 5 children up there and
Yeah.
hopefully maybe die."
I'll put you a flashlight. You're in the National Guard. We'll bring you. Don't bring a gun though.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't need a gun. It's not that
Well,
serious.
weren't they hoping to find meteorites?
Who knows? It was 1952. The alien craze was big.
Yeah.
All the sci-fi movies. So maybe they were like, ooh, maybe it's alien.
Because the one
Roswell
little
happened.
bit I was listening to was about meteorites, so I brought some of my meteorite
Ooh.
things here.
That's
let's-
rocks from space for those
This
that don't know.
it looks like
That is called prophecy stone,
Yes,
and
it
they don't
does.
exactly know what it's made out of, but
it looks like a railroad spike that has calcium built up on it.
it comes from Libya.
Oh, wow, it looks like rock
So
candy.
It
too.
comes kind of from the same place these two pieces come from. These two pieces are worth probably about $50 a piece
Wow.
now.
It-
These are Libyan gold tektite.
so it does look like a piece of metal that maybe was in the ocean and stuff
Imagine
grew on it.
Pushing
are
that out your
also-
butt.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This
Ooh.
is also mineral forced from a meteor
So this is
collision, and so is my necklace here,
So-
the Moldavite.
oh, so we're looking at rocks from outer space. It's got some weight to it.
Yeah.
Some density. Like
So
black matter.
they're rocks that were influenced by meteor strikes. So the meteor melts and then it forms into the rest of the rocks that are in our Earth and makes these new things. So like this has bits of meteorite in it.
This is
does
actually
too.
candy
preserved poop from
Yeah.
the kids that's seen this thing later on that
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
after the gas got
Yeah.
to him.
Well, the cool thing about this is a stalactite. You can see where it was shaved off.
Oh, wait.
But do you know what I'm trying to say? When a meteor comes into our atmosphere, it burns
Uh-huh.
at such a hot rate, it basically comes in and melts the minerals and stuff around it.
Okay.
So it makes this kind of stuff. So this is
The
probably
stalactites in a cave, right?
Yeah.
No, well, not all the time.
Oh,
So-
that's what I was thinking. I was like, how would it get in a cave?
So it's either a stalactite or it's a stalactite formation, or it was
Okay.
just like this is broken off of a big hunk, but it kind of leveled out this way. But to me, it looks like a stalactite or a wand. So, but that's how it forms. It melts in
Or-
with the other minerals of
It
our
looks
earth.
like you took a
and-
Kit Kat and then rolled it in chocolate sprinkles.
That's yeah. Or poop.
Yeah. Both.
I guess because hanging out with you and my phone listens to our conversations, I got my TikTok is now like some dude's basement and he has all these crystals and rocks all over the place.
You gotta send me that, dude. I'll follow him on TikTok.
Oh my god, it's like his whole basement. It's just
Are they
like,
the black light ones? And then he
oh, he has
on
a
the
whole room of that.
black light?
His whole
Yeah.
it's just big,
they
huge
fluoresce.
rock, and then he opens the door and there's black light rocks or crystals,
Mhm.
and then like what am I doing here?
All right. Everybody collects something.
Yeah.
Like, he likes rocks.
And I like
Surprised
that.
this floor doesn't fall out.
Yeah. Anyway, well, hopefully the basement. Hopefully it's at the bottom. It's his apartment. What?
Mary said, "Yay, solid poop."
Okay, yeah, that's
There
what
it
it looks like.
Exactly
Okay,
what it
so
looks
all
like.
the once they group their role playing game party together and they head up to see what's going on with this bright light that streaks across the sky. The group reached the top of a hill near where the object had landed. Once there, Neil Nunley said they saw a pulsating red light. A cloud of red mist surrounded the object in the middle. It's getting even better, along with a strong metallic smell that made their eyes and noses burn.
It was almost like sulfurous. They said,
Yeah, that's what I said. But a strong metallic, or if you've ever been to a place like a buffet when there's no water in the thing, that where the food trays go, and then it burns and you
Yeah.
smell like
they also got like ill from it. Like
Yeah,
it was
yeah, we'll
making
get
them
into it,
sick
yeah.
too.
So that's what they seen. And then some said there was black sludge in the area, and then there's branches that looked like they were pressed down, like something landed. But they never really say what the object that's just glowing. They don't really get any descriptions of what that object was. To the left, they spotted two smaller blue lights hovering underneath an old oak tree.
Oh, they also brought a dog with them.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
hear that.
Yep.
Mhm.
So this is a hell of a party. Let's go
Mhm.
get that thing. Let's go get that Martian. Eugene Lemon said he aimed a flashlight in the direction. And
Well,
momentarily.
Supposedly,
here it comes.
the dog
When it-
alerted them because it was growling at something.
Oh,
and
okay.
left
So
of
I didn't get any dog. I read a couple
Yeah,
articles. Watched
he
a couple
ran in
videos.
first and then growled and then screamed like crying and came back to the owner, right?
Yeah, something like that.
See, there's different accounts. I guess.
And from what I was listening to the Cryptonaut, that the History
what I
Channel
listened to, too.
video, wow, they fucking just took liberties a little.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh,
there was a
geez.
show. There was a show on History Channel, and then it went on Netflix because I watched it a little bit too. But not much of it's true to any of the stories.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a real fantastical story, other than the creature. In which we
Jackie says
mentioned.
I'm really close friends with an ET.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah, you say so.
Kelly knows.
That's the ET.
he,
if they
he
can
ain't
help
this
us out.
ET, Jackie. He ain't this ET.
Can we
Can we
book him on the
interview
show?
him?
Yeah, we'll book him on the show. If he can
Listen,
speak English, I mean,
yeah.
or maybe as a
If
translator.
you have friends who's an alien, we'd love to have him on the show.
Yeah. Or if they think they're an alien, still.
Yeah.
Still like
That's
to have
great
them on the
content.
show. So in any event, this Eugene shines the flashlight in the direction. And they saw a tall, man-like figure with a round red head and face surrounded by a pointy hood-like shape that looked like the ace of spades. The head was said to have a spade-shaped hood or helmet around it and two big orange glowing eyes that they described as portholes, which I'm like, that's not a good description. Portholes are kind of like window and they don't glow and they're not orange. They said the creature was about 10 feet tall.
Maybe they just meant by they indented in, like instead of like
but like a porthole
Was it a
doesn't
portal or a porthole or a portal?
a porthole.
yeah. So
like from a boat.
maybe have instead of having like dome eyes that were poking out.
Yeah,
they were
like a
almost
flat,
they were
but
like
like-
inlet.
Yeah.
Like a porthole, like so it'd be like a flat wall, but then it comes out a little bit and it's flat, but then it's like in. So it's like a
Like a
round
Mario pipe.
door, kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know. What do they know? It was 1952.
Fucking dumb
Yeah,
kids. They're probably all smoking drugs.
Dope. It was about 10 feet tall, had skinny arms with claws, and was wearing an almost green-like object Kathleen May said the dress was made up of metallic tubes that remind her of her window drapes. And all of them, it does have like a dress or like a cape that like you don't see its bottom. It's just like this floaty thing. But I like that one's made out of metallic tubes. I don't know if I say it. No, it's in here. The drawing of it. It's very. Sometimes the renditions are more robotic in nature.
Yeah, it looked like a robot to me, and that's I guess what scared me because those are like there's not much that scares me in life, but when I used to sit and watch the Twilight Zone and stuff when I was little at my pap's house, all of them that had to do with robots scared me a little bit.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're
no way.
If a robot or an alien or monster,
No.
I mean, you're all kind of
like a monster, I'm okay with. Like the Snallygaster, fine, but this thing, no.
What do you want to fight?
No.
A werewolf with razor sharp claws or a Terminator? I mean, either way, it's not an easy. It's not like you're punching a little baby duck in the mouth or something. Not that baby duck.
Sometimes you gotta punch a baby duck.
Yeah,
it just has to happen.
Bunch of baby ducks.
No, we don't ever have to punch a baby duck.
You ever get attacked by a duck or a goose?
Yeah. See, now that's the Fallout 70.
I've gotten attacked by a goose.
Just ignore that. I'm gonna pull stuff up while you're talking.
Okay.
Yeah, just keep reading your story.
So, the creature began emitting loud hissing noises and started to glide towards them. They immediately fled the site, went back to their house, and contacted local sheriff Robert Carr, as well as a newspaper reporter whose name I could not find. Both men visited the site later and that night and reported a strong metallic odor in the air again, but no sightings of the supposed creature. So they seen it. Two other guys went to investigate. They did not see it, and this all took place in like 10 seconds. It's like, what? Run!
So you missed some things that supposedly happened too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
so
I got some afterwards stuff, but like
supposedly that the two of the boys ran, and then the mother and another boy or two stayed.
Oh, really?
And they got sprayed with like oil.
Oh, yeah. See, I didn't get
and
that.
some sort of like smoggy type thing, I guess, because that's what they said killed the dog. Then in time.
Oh, see, I didn't get nothing. I didn't find anything.
They said the dog died the next day.
Was it the next day?
Really? Wow. Food getting sprayed with the oil that it emitted.
Yeah.
And it sprayed like
See, that already freaks me out.
like
You're
a
spraying
goopy.
oil at me. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
But like, if it is a drone that's defending the crashed UFO, it makes sense.
I've heard rumors too that it maybe wasn't a drone like as much as it was like an alien inside of a suit, kind of like an Independence Day.
Oh,
remember when they cut the head open and then the little aliens there and controlling all the
or like the little guys in Men in Black.
Yeah,
and they're getting the human suits. Yeah, so maybe it is like an exoskeleton, exo armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. I didn't have anything on the stories I read. I watched like 4 videos. No dog.
Really?
Yeah, no dog. So who knows what the truth was. So in the coming days and weeks after the encounter, several of the witnesses reported throat irritation, nausea, and stomach pains. Eugene Lemon, that was the National Guardsman, suffered the worst from the encounter, from vomiting, convulsions, and had trouble going out at night for months afterwards because he was so frightened by this creature.
I mean, what we now talking about, like I'll put up on the screen here.
It looks a little silly.
Silly, but like,
if you see a robot.
If you see that in real life, you're like, all right, that's gonna.
Yeah, and now did you save the artist renditions of them?
Yeah, so this is the artist rendition here. That's actually the woman who's seen it.
Yeah, that's Kathleen, and I believe that's Eugene there.
Yeah, and so I guess what they did too is when they got investigated by this, they all and they said it was up to like 10 feet tall, 10 to 12 feet tall. They got they all had similar stories, but had a variant different on what it looked like.
Okay, they all kind of had the pointed head though.
Yeah, they all had the head and the glowing eyes down, but like one person said they didn't see arms, or they said they didn't have arms, and some people said it did have arms and claws, and then that kind of all varied a little bit. So yeah,
it always has like almost like a praying mantis type arms.
Yeah,
it seems in all the descriptions. Or well,
now and then the guy who they called, the police officer who was supposed to come on scene that didn't get there right away. He didn't get there right away because he was going somewhere else to investigate a plane crash that was not too far away.
Plane crash, yeah.
Another plane crash.
Yeah, well, this wasn't necessarily a plane crash.
Who knows?
I mean, the one here.
Well, I'm saying maybe when he went to go investigate, he got bad directions. Maybe somebody has seen it and said, "I think a plane just went down."
Oh,
the woods.
okay, yeah, that's true.
So this is just the theory that other people could have possibly seen this with this guy.
Yeah, probably.
And then he went to a different location to go look for it.
Yeah, that's true. See, I wish I would have got more info. The encounter made the local and national news, scaring a wider swath of people. Then it prompted the U.S. Air Force UFO inquiry, part of Project Blue Book. to dispatch a handful of investigators around the country to look into such claims. That was a big thing at the time because they were like,
That's what that History Channel show went and done. It followed Project Blue Book.
yeah, now that spins off this
But-
whole thing.
Right, and then they really screwed up this Flatwoods monster thing because when I was listening to Kryptonaut, they were talking about it, and I'm like, oh, I watched a little bit of that show, but I couldn't stand it was just too dry or something.
Yeah.
It was just too plain, and they did make this Flatwoods monster out to be more like a tree monster. Like
tree
he
monster.
was like had root and bark on him and
That's
stuff instead
weird.
of being so metallic and stuff. Like
Yeah.
they really messed
It seems
up.
like the initial encounter is all robotic, metallic smelling.
Yeah.
And that scares the crap out of me. I know that's
The tree monster, nice tree ant with a beard like Lord of the Rings. So again, this
tree
was
beard.
this was my phone is at my house because I forgot it. This was a few years after Roswell and sci-fi movies with aliens were all the rage. So some passed it off as a craze brought on by the popular movies of the day, and that it was a barn owl they saw after a passing meteorite went by. Now, let me tell you something.
Now, here's the thing with that too. So the guy who wrote the initial report,
Mhm.
this is where this comes from. This is what Kryptonaut said with their research. That the guy who wrote the report said that they were genuinely terrified. Like his personal opinion that whatever they saw,
They were
and it was
frightened of, yeah.
100% whatever they experienced. He believes they saw, but he goes, maybe it was just he did it as like a passing joke.
Okay.
Like maybe it was a barn owl.
Yeah,
And then people took that and ran with it, saying that it was a barn owl.
because the face could be similar, but
Yeah.
like these are people that live near the woods.
But,
They would
but-
know what an owl is.
But a lot of people said also that that the screech that a barn owl makes
Yeah.
is very similar to what
Yeah,
they could have
the
possibly.
one
heard, too.
video I watched plays it, and it's like a hissing. So maybe
Yeah.
that's where the hissing. But like, country people, they might not know city stuff, but they know animals.
Mhm.
Yeah.
They know what a fucking owl
But
is.
the owls, what the owl they were comparing it to the great horned owl, which is the most common owl or the most popularized owl now in pop culture, is the one with the little horns on them, but they're not horns, they're feathers.
Yeah.
They do grow to be big, like their wingspan.
I mean, they're
can
not
be
10
very
feet tall.
No,
Yeah,
but,
but they said
but their
maybe it was
wingspan can be
Perched
very
and they
big.
shine the light up, and then they just thought they seen the bottom, and the owl was on a rock or something. Which I give more credit. I think they're a little bit smarter than that.
They don't have a spade shaped head though either, or like
No.
a spade.
Yeah.
Now you could say
Dang.
maybe it was the angle of the light hitting the owl, and but
I don't
then
know.
where's the orange come from? Where's the metal smell comes from?
Yeah.
Are they all high? Like anyway,
Yes.
yeah, maybe.
They're all on drugs.
yes. That's where the two kids and the guardsmen come in. He came to sell them drugs. They were getting high in the house. Kids walked in, got high, then they all went high
This is
to the farm.
1950 what?
Two.
52?
Yeah. Shrooms were huge.
Shrooms and pot were
Woodstock,
huge, yeah.
baby. I
Yeah.
know it didn't happen for another 18
Years,
years,
yeah.
but Woodstock.
Those kids
That
were
hairdresser-
playing.
That hairdresser mom was like, "Here, kids, here's some shrooms. Go out
Yeah,
in the
she had-
street
she
and
had-
play."
She had a beehive haircut.
Yeah,
She was hip.
LSD.
She was cool.
I'm sure she had a wooden paddle behind the door,
She
and if
was-
those boys didn't act right,
She
they were
was
getting
dropping acid.
Probably had a shotgun behind the door.
Yeah.
it.
I mean, this is Alice. Probably had a shotgun behind the door. I mean, this is the middle of West Virginia.
Yeah.
Population 300.
Hey, my family still has a shotgun behind the door.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I have a shotgun, but it's not behind the door.
I don't
Maybe I
have,
should put it behind the door.
I have these guns.
Hey. Well, we where we live though too, down near the brush and the
Yeah, it could be a bear.
down in the country,
fox,
we
a
still
wolf.
have the shotgun behind each door
For what?
Each door.
For
Holy shit.
Flatwood monsters?
for anything that comes around.
Yeah.
Until you fuck,
Satchmo.
until you fuck around and shoot your neighbor's dog or something.
No, I know we don't have any neighbors.
Dogs can
that you
travel.
know of.
That's why we're having the shotgun behind our door,
Hmm.
and we know everybody's dogs around us.
They're like,
Yeah.
I thought it was a Flatwood monster.
Hopefully they're
Mhm.
loaded and you took that little thing out, so that way you get 5 shells in instead of just 3. Anyway,
We also have a crossbow behind the door too.
I'm
It's
picking
fucking
I'm
Walking
putting
Dead.
shotgun there.
Huh?
Crossbow, yeah, but the crossbow you got to do this. Shotguns go.
It's universally a
Yeah,
cooler thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and you could be like Sarah Connor and do it with the one,
Yeah.
hand,
Yeah,
which is hard. in real life.
Yeah.
Don't try that.
Crossbows look cool, but then you're like,
I mean,
it's a crank.
you're
Our
fucking.
oh, it's a
dad's
crank.
is a crank.
Ah,
Yeah.
so that does not.
Oh, jeez.
You
I
have
mean,
to
they look
crank
cool.
it
You
up.
better fucking.
Yeah.
You better run,
You better-
motherfucker.
yeah.
I'm cranking this. Let's shoot this arrow at you.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's like, well,
I'll just fucking spit on them.
you can't be cool like Huntress. Have a little hand crossbow.
I'll just bite your nose off. That's what I'll do. That's what I keep behind the door. My mouth. Bite your nose
my
off.
mouth. I take it out of my face.
Yep.
you'd be like
Behind the
Penguin
door.
from the '90s Batman Returns.
Mwah, mwah.
Would you rather get shot with a shotgun or a human being bite your nose off?
Well, I could live through the nose biting off.
Yeah, but like you're there the
The
whole
shotgun
time for it.
might kill me.
Yeah, not if it's in the
I'm
right.
taking
Depends how close I am.
I'm taking the shotgun.
Well, it depends. I mean, if you're close, then you might lose a limb.
I'll take the shotgun.
Or when you shoot you in the chest, you're probably done.
Yeah, I'm taking the shotgun.
What now is it double barrel? Do you have to pull both triggers?
This is way too much shotgun.
Yeah, shotgun
Yeah.
talk, shotgun podcast. Keep a shotgun behind your door. Anyway, let's get back to Flatwoods. Newspapers stories were carried throughout the country. Radio broadcasts were carried on large networks, and hundreds of phone calls were received from all parts of the country.
Mhm.
The National Press Service rated the story number 11 for the year. A minister from Brooklyn came to question the May family. I don't know. Jesus will get rid of this monster.
There's a demon.
Yeah. I don't know why the guy from Brooklyn had a southern accent. A Pittsburgh paper sent a special reporter, a UFO, and 40 writers like Gary Barker and Ivan T. Sanderson arrived to investigate. While the reported encounter with the cryptid or possibly alien creature or robot was very brief, the May family claimed it did in fact happen and never changed their story. So it's not like they said, "Oh yeah, we faked out like them fairy girls." Remember that one?
The
Oh, we
cotton
faked out.
Those
fairies.
dumb fairy
Yeah.
girls.
Which I'm like, even if you did, never admit it.
Well, phase debunked. It's not real.
Yeah.
They said it's not. No, the phase.
Yeah.
Faye
Faye
is
does-
real.
We've-
It's all in if you believe. If
We
you believe,
debunked it.
Mm-hmm. So
and well, we used to debunked it for your own mental thought. I believe.
I hope everything's real.
So everything you believe can be real.
I hope so.
I
My
believe
God.
it. I
That's-
believe in the fairies.
the-
I was taught. I've been
I
taught to
believe
believe in
in
the fairies
both.
since I've been like a little girl. So
Oh boy. That's how.
you,
That's
you,
how.
you do you, Tony. I'll do me.
That's-
I love you either way.
That's
You're
that's like
talk-
when
You're
people say
talking
like,
to the fairies? What?
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 I said
you're talking to the fairies?
he should do his own thing. If he doesn't want to believe, that's fine. But I
Jackie says she has
choose.
a fairy friend too.
I choose to
Can we
believe.
get the fairy and the alien on the same episode
Yeah.
and then have them fight?
Yep.
Who would
Fight to the
win?
death. Who would win between the
I
fairy?
think an alien probably, depending on
Well,
what
the
type of
Fae
alien
were
it
the
is.
original aliens. They called them aliens.
I don't like that. That's actually an interdimensional creature. You know how they call it a trans? What's the word? It sounds like extra.
Transdimensional.
No, but it's like extraterrestrial, but it's like interterrestrial or something like that.
I don't watch sci-fi movies. I don't
It
know the
sounds like
difference.
it's like an alien, but from a different dimension, not from outer space.
We should have did a March Madness bracket of all like different paranormal cryptid stuff and
I mean,
see
we can
what's
still
the
do
top
that
one.
without this bottle opener is awful.
Oh my god!
As I try to open a bottle
As he tries to open his
with a spade.
when,
this is a
whenever
Flatwood
he's
monster.
It's a
drinking
It's
today.
a
Yeah, I
planchette.
know, but it's a red cream soda. All right.
Oh, what do we got here? Sam says in the chat, there was a B-52 nuclear bomb that crashed in West Virginia in the 50s, and some crew died, and some guys found in aluminum-looking suits because they're nuclear bombs, and they thought they looked like aliens to the people in the area that found them in the mountain. There you go.
I can believe that. Yeah.
See,
And then Jackie said, "You believe, Cal?"
I believe.
She's encouraging you.
I believe.
But that is, that's one thing. But that's not the Flatwoods monster.
Yeah.
It's not Hopkinsville Goblin. Certainly not Cheap
No, but it's
Squatch.
all West Virginia, baby.
Yeah, Art of the Mothman. So I'm gonna keep going back to West Virginia until we get the Mothman. We won't do as deep a dive. We'll do a 5-episode dive.
Yeah,
across.
that's a lot going on there.
Yeah, we'll just focus on Mothman, not like the checkered men that were climbing the bridge and stuff like that. Where was I?
I actually don't know much about the Mothman.
He's a good guy.
I
We
haven't been
think.
like I'm like the sheep shot squatch guy or whatever too. Like I never like pushed into this kind of cryptid stuff before you guys. So
It's just so interesting that people see creatures. I was reading one. I don't know what it was, but it's like an elephant with no ears that someone's seen in a
Oh,
river.
you
that can
posted it,
stand-
yeah.
that can stand on two legs. I was
that
like,
thing was like
"What?"
weird looking too.
There's a more recent one that a guy did where supposedly they believe that there's a brontosaurus that's still
Ooh.
alive that lives in the Amazon rainforest.
I'm like, no, possibly. I mean, there's probably so much
And I
unexplored.
seen about a megalodon too. A megalodon that possibly
That's a little
went
more believable.
that possibly went by this little I guess was it Chinese or Japanese scientist put one of those cameras down on like a
The ocean. I
Pallet-looking
mean, there's
thing?
so much to the ocean.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
tons of
and it was
unexplored
huge.
ocean.
It said it had to be like 30 to 40 feet long.
Wow. Well, I believe that.
Yeah.
I don't. The dinosaur is like maybe.
I wonder how I did that. I wish I didn't even click that, and it just said they put the next chat.
Oh,
on.
well,
I wonder
that's
if it's
cool.
automated. That'd be great.
Maybe. So the Flatwood monster has lived on in the small town's history, with officials in Flatwood erecting a welcome sign which designates the town as home of the Green Monster, which they said the dress was green, or whatever you want to call it. The town also commemorates the legend with its annual Flatwoods Days Festival. So what if you could go to that, go to Point Pleasant, and then go to Hopkinsville. But I don't think they have anything.
So that's like a
Hopkins.
total cryptid
Yeah.
tour then.
Yeah, and then they have the chairs. They erected 5 of those chairs so you could sit in there with the Flatwood Monster and get a picture with the monster. That's cool that the town has a gimmick. I mean, it's something because it's like Kumbola. It's a small town around here, right?
We need
Nothing,
a gimmick. We need
right?
to say we.
It's just a little small town. Now, what if there was the Kumbola Monster?
Yeah, we need to
Cool.
say we've seen something.
Yeah. Located in the town of Sutton, the Braxton County seat, is the Flatwoods Monster Museum, which is dedicated to the legend. The Braxton County Convention and Visitors Bureau also built a series of the 5 tall chairs in the shape of the monster to serve as landmarks and visitor attractions. The Bureau rewards visitors who photograph all 5 chairs with free Braxy stickers, which that's another name for the monster. They call it the Braxy because they're in Braxton County. Like if we had a monster, we call it the Skooky, like because we're in Schuylkill County. There were some other names too, but I couldn't get any info where they came from. Just like that's that old Braxy. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, the Flatwood Monster does appear in Fallout 76 and The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask.
Mm-hmm.
So that's 2 video game things. The second episode of the 2019 History Channel series, this we're talking about, Project Blue Book, titled The Flatwoods Monster, is based, obviously, on the Flatwoods incident.
But it really doesn't have much.
But you say they spin it and they make them a tree monster.
Yeah, they spin it and make him a tree monster. They also spin it into a mom and 2 kids just.
Oh, okay.
And there's a dog though in that one. Yeah.
What's worse, a dog or 3 more kids? Like
so I think the dog makes the story cooler.
Yeah.
Because the dog dies the next day. Not cool that the dog dies, but then eventually, get this, every single person
dies. Ooh, well, they probably would anyway, but
don't ruin it. Oh, they die of cancer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because of the radiation from
Spookier.
This monster. No, I didn't see anything from the family. I think they're still living members. Because 1952, it's not.
How many people die of like natural old age causes nowadays?
God, a lot.
Really? I think everyone just dies of cancer eventually, right?
Not cancer, but heart attacks.
Some form of cancer or something.
Yeah, I mean a good majority is
heart
cancer.
attacks up there. Like diseases, but not like a blood disease or something like that. Like a lot of people die of that, or like liver failure. That's another one.
Yeah,
it's big stuff. So it's not all cancer. I mean, look, yes, that's a lot.
It's a high percentage.
Yeah,
cancer is a high percentage now. I think because of this food and stuff. I know I'm going to sound like a total hippie, but the food and stuff we drink now has so much preservatives and stuff in that didn't happen back in the day. Didn't happen back in the 20s.
Unless you came across an alien.
Unless you came across
then you died of cancer.
I have to say, like, that was kind of listening to the story I listened to with the dog and everything, and the gas and stuff, the oil that came out. That I would have been gone. 2 or B, they were saying like how it could have been possibly reptilian.
So
I didn't get any reptilian.
That's kind of what happened in the next story. Next day is that this thing then took off its armor.
Oh, it took off. Oh, someone's seen it and they took it. Oh,
yeah. So it was
husband
kind of
and
like
wife,
the Flatwood monster kind of appeared, and then it kind of took its armor off, and it was a lizard style monster.
Hello there. Let me take my helmet off. Like, why would you?
Yeah.
Why would it do that?
It touched the roof of their car, they said, and it got so hot where they was touching the roof of the car, the paint bubbled.
So it has heating like guns basically in its hand.
And if those people truly did die from that mysterious gas that it emitted, there are theories out there, and I will say one comes from Dottie. And when I took her lecture that day, she was saying how the reptilians gave a lot of different scientific things to the Nazis and to some of our villains, I guess, in the world, like mustard gas. That would supposedly came from reptilians.
Yeah. There's also a theory that a lot of the reptilian stuff was propagated by Nazis, and that's kind of what they used to talk. Like they use reptilians to talk. Like that's what they call the Jewish people. So they
called the Jewish. Wait, say that again.
So
I'm sorry.
Nazi propaganda was kind of used, and the whole like there is traces to the reptilian thing.
Yeah.
From the Nazis that were it was used to like defame or to demoralize or dehumanize Jewish people.
Okay.
That's why when people are like, "Oh, you're a lizard person," it's that it kind of gets traced.
What they were saying, the Jewish people were lizard
yeah.
people.
So that's why.
See, I didn't hear it that way. I've heard
there's ties to that.
That these aliens, the reptilian people or the gray people, they gave a lot of their weaponized stuff to the Nazis.
We Live, baby, great movie.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's also like I don't really consider them reptilian. They just look more like monsters.
Yeah, they're like
people
hiding.
Just weird aliens.
Yeah.
It could be two reptilians. That was on the Kryptonite podcast today. The two reptilians, like maybe they're
Yeah.
feuding with each other, or one's good, one's bad. It's like, oh,
I got
boy.
halfway through it. I had to turn it off because I was doing other stuff then too. But I was listening to that too. But
So these people got sprayed by the black oil, and that's what killed them.
Yeah,
And
eventually.
the radiation
Eventually.
killed the
years and
monster.
years and years later, they got a
Later.
cancer.
So maybe it took
they
its
got,
helmet
but
off.
and then not a cancer, a throat. One of them was throat cancer.
The
I
one was
heard.
throwing.
Oh, well, I mean, it doesn't matter.
cancer. Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe when it took its helmet off, the
Well, if you think-
radiation went crazy because it was keeping the radiation in. I don't know why.
Well, it didn't spray it out when it took its helmet off.
No.
yeah, but
It
like,
sprayed it as a deflective type thing.
so then
Yeah.
why would it take its helmet off? It makes no sense.
And
to
it
me.
didn't I don't know if it walked or glide, they were saying, but it leaped.
Oh, see now this
like-
one is the main Flatwoods monster is always hovering
Yeah.
with its like dress.
And then it said it left tracks.
Oh,
How does
see,
it- yeah.
yeah, if it was hovering, why would it leave tracks? That's
Well,
that's different.
sometimes
It's
I
almost
would
like a different
imagine
encounter.
if something's hovering and if it's like down behind it, like a trail to a bridal dress or a prom gown dress with the what is that called? The
Snail.
trail.
Yeah, snail trail, but it's not.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, like a snail
yeah.
trail. Yeah. It
Like,
kind of
well, maybe
hovers,
it-
but it kind of grazes.
maybe it
along.
has to land every now and then. It's like a dolphin comes up, breathe air,
Who
and goes
knows?
back in the water.
We don't know the rules of the flower
Yeah,
monster.
Flatwoods monster.
No.
I like that. It's mainly the reddish face, and then like the back is still green with the hood thing.
Yeah. See, I was picturing this thing like the drawing. They're all steel and total metal.
Yeah.
Like,
So,
oh
like,
no.
yeah, let me-
If it was green and red and stuff, I wouldn't have been as scared. I don't think, but that total metal, like
Well, they
robotic
did,
look,
they
hell
should
no.
They should have did what they always talk
Turn it
about.
and run it.
Kryptonite. You got to huck a rock at it.
Yeah. Well, usually in all these stories, they always shoot it first.
Yeah.
Like, look at this one. This one is very sci-fi.
Oh, it's got
robotic.
tentacles.
Yeah. See that one right there? I'm
Is
gonna
that the
show-
flat? Oh my!
Yeah. So that's this artist rendition.
supposed to
of
be
Flatwoods
the-
monster.
The
Page
tube
317 is-
skirt thing, I guess.
Yeah. I mean that article basically sums up and says what we
Got
did.
some crab hands to it.
Yeah, and always has like crab, and they said like
Ugh.
long claws, like metallic. That one looks like a almost steampunkish.
I would still much rather see
Demon?
the Snallygaster than this.
Well, I mean, it's not yet. What would you rather fight?
Oh, Flatwood.
I don't know. I think the flat would have more powers. It might be bulletproof.
Yeah,
So
but
if it's
Snallygaster's
metal,
just fucking like a giant blimp.
well, yeah. Well, I mean, it's a dragon.
I mean, two
Maybe
people
I
did kill it.
can-
yeah. Well,
maybe
the
I
three
could
guys
tra-
fought it for an hour.
Maybe I
Yeah.
could train the Snallygaster, and it could be my
I
pet.
doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you believe in anything, it'll happen.
That's right.
Show that picture, like if you can. with the-
A fucking
the,
giant monster. If Kelly, we gotta shelter you because if monsters ever are real, and then we're like, "Yo, it's time to run," you're like, "I'm gonna believe it's gonna love me," and you're like, "That's how you die." Yeah.
Breath weapon.
And then she gets eaten,
Yeah.
and we're like, "She's fucking idiot.
Yeah.
She's trying to use the
I
power.
would totally like here.
She's trying to care bear this fucking
Yeah.
thing."
You need to be fed. Here's some water.
Yeah,
I don't know. No, that particular drawing.
Sam,
there,
if you're ever in a predicament,
yeah.
you fucking run.
Don't ask him because I've always said if there's like a baby giraffe walks in our yard or something, you're done. We're keeping
If a
it.
baby giraffe walks in here, that is
Yeah.
an event.
You're gonna have.
How did that giraffe get there?
That's how you get monsters,
Yeah,
Kelly.
see that right there. That's a very sci-fi, evil comic book like
Yeah.
drawing of the Flatwoods monster.
There
But
it is.
it's crazy that like really that one sighting and there's that two, which I didn't find anything else. So two sightings and it's still on, and the whole town has like embraced it, which is cool. I like that they embraced. Like when they put the
How
mountain
long do you think it
statue up.
took for them to start embracing it though? Do you think for
Probably
a
a
while they were
while.
just like, oh my god,
Yeah, the nuts, the maze,
Yeah.
and
like
crazy.
Gordon Mountain has this ghost,
Mhm.
right? And the town of Gordon like doesn't want to talk about it.
Yeah,
No,
They're like, no, don't talk about that.
yeah. Like it's like they're embarrassed. Like why not?
I don't know. I don't know why not, because you get somebody like my mom's age talking about it and she'll go forever. How big that was back in her time to go up on the Gordon Mountain looking for that ghost. That was a huge thing. And then a lot
Yeah,
of
if they
kids
had,
would
like, a
play
little-
pranks and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's say they had a little like
Well, during our episode, there was a guy who owned a garage in Gordon who would purposely go up there, and when he would see kids go up, he would go up
Yeah.
and fuck with them.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, why not?
So then our joke was, what if he then passed away and he's now the Gordon
Gordon
Mountain
Mountain
ghost?
ghost.
He's just reliving his
Yeah.
life.
Imagine like their little like middle of town thing there. They had like a little area, like a little garden thing, and like a
Yeah.
statue of the Gordon
Or
Mountain ghost.
even
and
just
little ride up.
going up the mountain now, because the mountain, I mean, it is developed now. I mean,
Yeah.
back then it wasn't developed.
no, it was just
If you
one
had a
road,
nice little plaque and
61.
stuff,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just some little thing. Yeah.
Sam says she never liked the movie Alien, and the people on top of the roof tried to be friendly, and then before I killed them all.
What?
Yeah, what?
I don't know. That's what I just read. Unless I'm having a stroke.
I don't know. I'll have to ask him when I
Okay,
get home.
and the people on
Okay,
top
good.
of the roof. Is that from Alien? I've not actually seen Alien.
Really?
Yeah.
It's been a
I
long
haven't seen it in a long
I mean, I've watched it,
time.
but it's been so long that
Yeah.
I can't remember every single detail.
I don't really like the premise of it. It's like-
Is that it for the Flatwood Monster?
That's all I have. I mean,
mean,
there's
we
not
could-
that much on it.
We could banter a little bit here, and while we're bantering, and I could actually do an ad read, and we'll banter a little bit and get out of here. If you want did you bring cards?
I did bring cards,
you
but
want-
I'd like to do that little bit of folklore too, because I did put that in our.
All right,
or-
yeah, no problem.
So go ahead, do your
you
do
said
your
you
ad
want to do
read.
an episode on that stuff, right?
Yeah, and this would be just a taste of it.
Okay.
Because there is so much on this, and this comes from that backwoods magic book. I highly recommend that to anybody who likes PA, like kind of granny magic or the powwow Dutch magic. The stop healing prayer is in this book, along with a lot of other prayers for labor and different other kind of stuff that people go through or women go through, and people. There's different kind of divination to tell if you are pregnant before pregnancy tests and stuff. If you'd have a
Hey,
boy
your
or
stomach's
girl,
big.
if you'd have a
I
boy
don't
or
know
a girl
what's
before
happening.
your stomach gets big, I guess. So
Eventually, you're gonna
and
know.
healings and like how to cure colic babies and stuff. It's really neat. It's a really
What?
neat thing.
Colic baby.
Colic-
What does that mean? I'm
When
not
a
familiar.
baby has to be on you, or it's gonna cry the whole time.
Oh, I didn't know.
That was me. I was a colic baby.
You should have been ferbered.
Oh boy,
Cry it out.
I would not like
No.
colic. Colic.
I was a
babies.
colic baby.
Put
My
the
mom will
baby.
tell you.
Put the baby in the room and close the door.
Good.
You'll
yeah.
figure it out.
Yeah,
No, I was colic
that's
baby.
tough love, baby.
Yeah.
They say colic babies are more connected to the spirit world as well, because they
Of
they
course.
they were like so
How?
they just didn't want to come out of that world, that they cried and cried. Honestly, it's not to be real like weird, but it's due to stomach gases. So like as soon as mom said as soon as I got up and walked, I was okay.
So you just had a fart rope.
Yeah, basically.
You had
That's the
supernatural-
That's the scientific version
you
of
had,
it.
You had supernatural farts.
Yeah.
There you go. We
But-
figured it out.
There are a lot of people that go
Fake
through
ass.
hell and back.
Yes.
They go through hell and back with colic babies though,
Mm.
because that's all
Well,
they
you
do is
just-
scream.
What you do is you get their legs and you push them into their belly.
Oh my, yeah, and they retract like a turtle.
Yeah, they fart.
Oh god.
Call it a day.
Hey, I can
No.
solve all this. Don't
Or
have
teach
kids.
them how to walk.
There you go.
Teach them how to walk. My
Don't
pap
have
taught
kids.
me. My pap taught me to walk in 9 months. So
Or
I
be-
walked at 9 months.
Or be a rich person.
Yeah.
Just hire a nanny.
Yeah.
Hire a nanny.
Or start your own daycare center, and then the kids will go home at a certain time.
Don't you have an ad read to do?
Yes. The Ravens Salt Room is a place to get away, detox, relax, and restore. Located at 392 West Apple Street in Ringtown, Pennsylvania, a hidden gem in School County. Also, after you're done salting it up and
Mhm.
getting your all your stuff, go next door and get food.
Yeah, at the deli.
Oh,
It's very good, but they're
Oh,
only open
Apple
till like
Street.
5.
They're not paying us, but we love them.
Yeah,
but
but
they're
we
really-
won't say their name. Just next
yeah,
door.
just if just
I
it-
just said Apple Street.
oh
Oh,
yeah, but it's a deli. It's really good. But if you're going to cheer your life,
I didn't know.
make a stop to go there too. The salt therapy, known as heliotherapy, halotherapy.
Da, 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 da.
Yeah, there you go. Is an all natural solution that can help relieve many skin conditions, boost the immune system, and respiratory lung conditions like allergies, asthma, and long-term lung issues from COVID. Salt room sessions are 100% natural, drug-free, and may enhance overall wellness. Check us out on the web at ravenssaltroom.com or on Facebook at Ravens Nest Salt Therapy Room. Book your session online now and use code IWEP and receive $10 off your session. There you go.
For the salt room. Now, what happens when you go in a salt room?
You just kind of go in and meditate.
Okay, just
There's some.
I would assume there's massive amounts of salt.
I know people like.
I think
they like
she
the
has.
salt
There
lamps and
are
stuff.
some rooms that have those salt up the walls,
Mhm.
and they kind of glow and everything.
Ooh.
But her room, I think she just has the machine, the heliotherapy machine that pushes out the negative ions. She has some salt lamps and some salt on the ground. It looks like.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like a little beach in there.
Yeah,
Take your shoes off.
yeah. The
put
pictures
s-
look nice.
Salt between your toes.
Is it the Himalayan pink salt?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It should
Which
be
is
a mix.
good.
It should be the Himalayan pink salt. She
so he
might
goes in
have
there and like
Epson's.
Yeah. Oh,
look at the floor.
I wouldn't do that.
You open
I
the
would
d-
not do that.
You
Not
open,
with everybody's bare feet hitting
you
it.
open the
That kind
door,
of freaks me
and
out.
there's like 3 deer there. How did these
There
deer
is-
get in here?
There is really nice art around the wall in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a
yeah.
beautiful.
It's a very nice room.
Yeah, there you go. So you get some money off your session if you book it and use our code
Yeah.
IWEP.
And then now, can you use the code for that? And then use the code if you buy something.
One
in the
per
store.
customer.
Oh, one per customer.
Yeah.
For the salt room and for an item.
I think it's just used.
I don't know.
Customers
We'll
want
have to,
per-
we'll have to see what Sherry says.
Listen, they're a small business.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to,
Pick and choose.
I'm trying to make it more appealing for people to go.
Just go and have a good time.
Yeah, that's true.
And then go get food next door.
Mhm.
So I think that Listen, it's a great experience. I love going to podcasts there because then I'm like, I'm gonna sneak out, grab some food.
Yeah. Well, there's a couple more things. There's an ice cream shop, I think, somewhere in town.
There's a
Oh,
witch.
Yeah,
There's a
there
ghost,
was.
There's a ghost witch.
Yeah.
There's a
And
lot of
then
cool things.
there's a barbecue place, and then
There's a cool cat in there.
Creekside.
Yeah, there's a cool cat.
Creekside restaurant is very good as
There's a
well.
barbecue place, and
There was. I don't know how
Uh-huh.
long, if it's still open yet or not.
All right.
But
Anyone in the chat that wants a card reading, let us know. We'll give you a couple minutes here because I know there's a delay before it goes through. Anything you want to get out or plug before we? Oh, sorry, you're gonna do your
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead. I forgot.
I just wanted to tease this a little bit and see how people like it. If you seem to like it, I will come back to it, since he was talking Flatwoods Monster. And Flatwoods Monster is technically in the Appalachia region. So the Appalachian Mountains are
Is it Appalachian or Appalachian?
Appalachian. It's depending on
You
how
say
you
tomato,
say it.
I say tomato.
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
it's tomato.
So the hills are around, these Appalachian hills are around to be 500 million years old.
Whoa,
They are
wait.
the second oldest mountains on Earth.
Mm.
So think about that. First perspective, the Himalayas are only 40 million years old. We have the second most oldest mountain range on the planet
Now, how's
at
that-
500 million years old.
How's that happen?
What do you mean?
How's one half the world older than another half the world?
It just is. These mountains were
it's either all at
these
once or
mountains,
not at
these
all.
mountains
you know?
were formed, and
I guess when the glaciers on this side. Of the
correct. And these mountains
Whoever
were
wrote the book, Andy, they
planet,
make
that
the
side of
rules.
planet.
well, you can look it up. There's scientific research that you can do on
I mean,
rocks
I'm not
and
trying
stuff.
to. Should I?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but there are scientific research you can do on rocks and stuff to predate them and see how old they are.
It's almost like saying, "Hey,
But
my left arm
this-
is older than my right arm."
This mountain range that we live on was actually in Pangea when all of our continents were together.
Mhm.
So
There it
some
is.
of it split off and became different mountain regions overseas, and then ours now starts from somewhere in Canada and goes all the way to Alabama. These Appalachian mountains.
Hence
So
the
with,
Appalachian Trail,
yeah, right. And
which
with,
goes to Maine, though. For some reason. I
Yes.
think.
No,
It-
it goes all the way down.
No, I know. I
it
said
goes
but up
from
when it goes
Maine
up.
to-
Oh, yeah.
to all the way down, yeah. So, and with these mountains come with a lot of magic. There was lots of different influence in this kind of magic. There's hoodoo, voodoo, religious magic, Christianity. This is like a big melting pot of all different kind of stuff. The Irish threw their stuff in there. People who lived on the mountains, actually, it was a will to survive, and it was really hard to survive on the mountains too. So they really clung to a lot of their folklore and superstition to stay alive, and they believed it to be true. And the writer of this book talks about how his dad was a fire talker and the mom was a healer
Fire
of
talker?
a healer.
So
Yeah.
So
talking candle.
Talking to fire.
so and basically like witch doctors. That's what they were.
I want to know more about this fire talk. I want to know what's involved.
I
in
have to
fire talking.
read the
I'll
rest
look
of the
that up. Yeah.
I have to read the rest of the book, but this was fascinating to me. And a lot of this is two little things I will say. My dad taught me when I was little. My dad actually taught me a lot, and I consider them to be like the Klinger side of my family, to be like granny magic and stuff too. Because
Now, are your parents very into like
Stuff like this.
stuff like this?
my dad, and believe it or not, my dad believes nothing.
My man.
But he's probably about the most magical of them all, because he can have animals come right up to him. Like he can have wild deer in the bush eat right out of his hand for an apple. Like if he was to stick an apple, I've seen it, and they would come and eat right out of his hand.
He put points and handle animal. in
There it is.
DD, Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
he was very good with animals and stuff. Animals always come up to him, and I really believe he has a sort of magic too. But he taught me a lot of the ways of the mountain when I was little. Like he taught me how to read time by the sun, and I can get it down to about 15 minutes of being right.
That's pretty good.
How to get out of the bush if I'm ever lost. Two little folklore things that he taught me when I was little: if 50% or more the cows are laying down in the pasture, it's
Gonna
gonna
rain.
rain.
Yep, I heard that one.
Yep, and if the leaves are turned up on the trees, it's gonna rain.
There you go.
Which?
No, there are two of his.
Yeah, that doesn't seem that crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if the leaves are turned up, it's gonna rain. But the cow thing, usually that's true. If I see 50% or more of the cows in the pasture laying down,
That's an old
couple
farmer
hours,
thing.
couple hours later,
What if they're
it's
like?
pouring.
What if there's only like 80% of them are laying down?
That's gonna rain.
Well, then it's even more.
Then
Yeah.
There's a higher percentage.
Higher
of the rain.
percentage.
Then they're sick. You gotta
That should be
shoot 'em.
sick. I mean,
Gotta make
Sick cow.
burgers quick.
Sick
When cows get sick, they moan. They cry and cry and cry. It's not a
Oh.
matter of just falling over and dying.
I
Take 'em out behind
I
the
got
barn.
stuck. So off topic. I got stuck on a YouTube spiral where you're watching stuff on YouTube, and I like somehow watched a video and then another video, and then I watched like 2 hours of a guy like cleaning hoofs off horses and
boy.
no, cows. Like he'd pick the hoof up and he would clean
Mhm.
it, and then like there'd be like an infection on it,
Yep.
and he would
Yeah.
cut to the infection and he would squeeze it like a pimple,
Yep.
Oh
and then he
wow.
would put powder and stuff on it and put like a special
Like
shoe
a
on
blue goo. Yeah.
it. Yeah, watched it for 2.5 hours.
God.
I'll
Yeah.
never ever see that ever in my life, but I know all about it now.
I've seen it. So
Sounds like a micro dirty jobs thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He brings this big machine and he just put the cow in it and it just like
Yeah.
rips the leg up. Doesn't rip it up. but,
Yeah.
like lifts
Yeah,
it
it
up.
lifts
And the
his
cow
leg up.
can't run or move.
Wow.
And he just fucking screams and he's just with a fucking saw and he's just
Mhm.
cutting out its fucking.
yeah,
crazy.
you got to get that infection out. Little
What did animals do before we were even here?
Die.
die,
Just die.
die,
Call it a day.
die. But if
Oh.
you have a cow this is getting into being farmland, but if you have a cow that's sick,
Prize wedding.
that's like, if you can fix it, because that cow nowadays, geez, it's probably about $1,000 cow or more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what you're talking. It ain't a cheap, or it ain't a great loss. You don't want to put that in your book
Like,
as a
it's got a
loss.
hoof, hon. It's got a fucked up hoof.
If it's a couple $100,
Hungry?
if it
A shotgun from behind the door.
Get
if it's
Go behind my
if it's a
door.
couple $100 fix, you're gonna fix it so you don't lose that head of
I
cow.
feel
Plus, if it produces milk and
I feel like this guy's not charging $100 to bring that big machine and lug it
no,
all
no,
over there. And
but it's a couple hundred I'm talking about.
I'd shoot the thing and make burgers. Call it a day. Get the shotgun behind the door.
Yeah.
All right.
You
We're-
butcher too.
We're not.
All right.
for it.
Magic in the mountains.
So yeah, the magic in the mountains. So this is all springtime lore I'm going to tell you about. Within this book, this was for springtime lore, and one of the best things I heard out of it was the theory or lore behind red robins. So robins,
Yum.
robins in our
Yeah,
area,
not the restaurant.
not
Oh.
the red no, not the restaurant. But one such animal is the robin. It's believed to be the robin's red
Red breast.
Yes, it's believed that the robin's breast is red because it was stained with Christ's blood after pulling out the biggest thorn
Stop it.
from his brow. Due to this folklore,
You lost me.
due to this folklore, robins' eggs, feathers, and twigs from their nest are considered healing. They're very healing.
Hate that.
So they pulled a sword out of Jesus.
No, a thorn.
A
A thorn
thorn.
from his crown. Remember, he
Okay.
had a thorn
So-
of crowns.
Yeah.
Not much blood on the thorn.
It could
But
be.
every
No,
robin
they
in the
ham- They
world,
hammered it in there.
Now yous are taking this
every
way
robin
too
in the
literal.
world flew there.
Yep.
Way
To
too
that
literal.
one. Well, let's say there was 20 thorns. They all rubbed it on their chest and it stayed.
Well, they think about it. They get it up there and they pick it out and it starts squirting. It's on,
Yeah, but I
on their
mean,
chest.
then how does it?
And I mean, if you really want to go that far, it's not red either. They're orange.
Yes,
At least
that's
to me.
true. Maybe he had orange blood. We don't know.
We don't know. But that's why
I wasn't there.
aren't robins
I
are
was digging until we went to that religious part, and I was like,
well, a lot of this is religion part. A lot of this blends in with Christianity.
Listen, this
Just
is
like that Pennsylvania Dutch, the powwow stuff.
just because you don't believe
yeah,
doesn't mean it's not real.
yeah, for every religion.
You boys,
If-
I tell you what, you do what you want to do, but I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna
Listen,
keep it
I am
magical.
all for. What did Blue Robin? What did Blue
So
Jays
no,
do?
wait,
Yeah.
then half of this stuff in the Tree of Life shop is no good to you.
Listen, I think it's fascinating, but I wouldn't base my life on it. Yeah.
So the stones and the symbols and everything over there are just like, yeah,
Like I said, I think they're fascinating.
whatevs.
I think Baphomet's cool. I don't believe the devil.
Yeah. Well, the Baphomet's not the devil.
Or Ganoush or whatever.
Ganesh.
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 Our
Jesus.
Flatwood monsters.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll give people a platform to talk, but I just
You're a skeptic. You want to believe.
listen.
sounds
I
like.
want monsters and aliens and all that stuff to be real, but
We don't need that Jesus stuff.
yeah, Robin's now one normal ass bird picked a thorn,
Yeah.
and then it went up to the other bird and it's like, I'm covered in blood.
Now I
baby."
got it. Oh, fuck.
And every
Well-
bird's like,
Yeah.
I'm turning red.
They're not the female bird, just the
Yeah.
male robins.
Male.
Just the male
The fe-
robins.
the female,
But they
they're-
are considered they are considered magical in granny magic.
I did
or
not know that.
backwoods in
Wow.
Appalachian magic. So they are
At what point
considered.
you just like, where's the line? Like if you're like,
Well, here.
That's
I'm gonna keep going. because
magic.
This gives you fuel for fire here.
That bird's a different color of magic.
can
Burn
we,
it.
can we just chalk it up to like a misunderstanding and then you don't understand the works of it and you're like, it's got to be magic. Like
That's what, yeah, like how
like
everything was
you brought,
witchcraft.
if you brought
Anything,
a phone
if
back
it's-
to like the 70s.
Oh my
the
God, blow
70s,
people's minds.
That's gonna be magic. because it's science that hasn't been around yet. So then they can classify that as magic.
Technomancy.
There it is.
Keep going.
Okay. I'm blown away here for a minute. Okay. So the other thing too, they call little winters, because we always have like the warm up and then the cool down, warm up, and then we have like another little snow.
Magic.
No, well, these are
Oh.
all the different little winters they say in Appalachia. The first little winter occurs in early April, which is now, and it's called the redbud winter. So do you know what a redbud tree is, guys?
No. Is that like when the leaves are starting to?
So this
Form?
this is a certain tree that forms a very fuchsia pink bud. They call
Okay.
it redbud for that reason. And then when it blooms, they bloom heart-shaped leaves.
Oh,
They're green heart-shaped
okay.
leaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
redbud trees.
The redbud tree, yes.
I'm gonna
That's what
Google
it's
it.
called. Yep. All right, an Appalachian redbud tree. My dad's actually excellent at growing these things. I love them to death. So
No, they're nice.
yes,
It's
the
very
redbud
nice.
tree.
There it is.
It's very fuchsia in the summertime, and you can always find robins in them.
There's the Jesus bird.
It's
Mhm.
the Jesus bird.
Jesus tree.
Well, here it is. Appalachian redbud winter. As this time, the redbud trees have stepped up on the mountain stage. So they've started to bloom. They are like the first ones to come out and say, "Oh my gosh, it's spring. Everything's regenerating again." Superstition says that Judas was hanged from the redbud tree. Another tale says if you stick a pocket knife in the tree on August 21st, the tree will die.
So, don't
So
do that.
was Judas? I don't know much about
Was
religion.
Judas 2'5"? Because the tree isn't very big.
Well, some of the trees can get big.
Okay, I
People
thought they
were
were
shorter
smaller
back in the Bible.
trees.
No.
What about those trees that smell really weird or smell
So-
funny?
What?
Sumac.
No, they could call them something else.
Oh,
I have no clue what trees.
let's go for a pot joke.
No.
Okay.
I don't know.
But some of those redbud trees can get up to 9 feet tall. Because
Oh.
Where do they come from?
I know.
Is-
we're
is that-
moving on.
Is that sex magic?
Yeah.
I didn't. See, people at home didn't hear what I said when I
Yeah.
whispered in the mic because I muted
Yeah.
myself. But those trees come from sex magic, and then you could use your imagination on what I said.
Oh God, people. The next little winter.
You
Comes
never
in-
seen those trees?
No, I don't want to.
I know what he's talking about, but I can't
I
remember.
don't-
I
I
can't
don't
remember
want
what
to.
smells. Why does it smell? I can't
Ugh.
remember. I can't.
I can just imagine.
But in late April comes dogwood
what
winter.
they look like.
Oh, that's not.
They're white
Let's
trees.
see.
They're white trees.
So is this like the onion snow, as they say?
Yeah. So this would be around the. Oh, a pear.
Because when it snows, that's when you plant your
These look
onions.
like
or some shit.
dogwoods.
Yeah, they're called something else.
They're called KKK trees.
No,
Oh,
they're-
Jesus
I
Christ.
have no clue, but they look like a dogwood flower, but they're not, I guess. So the next one is in late winter. It would be like the onion snow, and it's called the dogwood tree season. So this is for a short period of time that ends with petals covering the lawn, so it looks like snow. So dogwood trees are usually pink dogwood trees and
That's a headline right there.
pink dogwood trees and white dogwood tree leaf or petal leaves. So they would cover the ground and also look like snow on the ground. So the dogwood tree is kind of not revered in this type of magic. It's almost kind of cursed because they said the dogwood tree was the tree that the crucifix was made out of when Christ was
so that-
crucified.
maybe.
So,
There had to be some wood.
so they considered that to be like you don't take that
How did
in
this
and
get all the way
burn
to the
it.
Appalachian Mountains?
Huh?
This made it from the Middle East all the way to the Appalachian Mountains.
Yeah, if you think about that.
I don't know.
It's nuts.
Mhm.
But this is all different theory from all different walks of life coming together and joining as one. This is the Irish, this is the English, this is everything. The Native Americans, like
The-
every little thing is it's from a different walk
the
of
wood
life.
of the cross. Bad.
So,
the thorn with blood on it. Good.
well, it's blessed by Christ's blood,
Why wasn't the cross? That's like I'm sure
Yeah,
that got some
but
blood on
his
it.
blood ran all over it.
Yeah.
but it was the tree that
It's not the tree's fault they cut it down.
No,
man.
but that's why I hey, don't argue with me. I understand what
I'm
you're
just
trying to
pointing
say,
that
but
stuff
this is what it has said. This is the part of the granny magic that is
What
said.
about the vines that were used to whip Jesus?
I don't know that. So
They got to stay consistent.
Yeah.
well, this is
Yeah,
this
come
is
on. Loophole.
this is it. So you wouldn't want to bring any kind of dogwood blooms into your house. Like if you were doing like a floral arrangement, you wouldn't want to bring any dogwood stuff in because it was considered bad luck. The tree was also considered cursed after Christ's
Jeez.
crucifixion because of being the wood that crucified Christ, basically.
That's
if
kind of
you
tree
look-
racist.
If you notice, most dogwood trees are small
yeah.
in stature and skinny in stature, so
Mhm.
they are not thick and
I
big
mean,
and
it's not
beautiful
their
like an
fault.
oak.
Yeah. Well,
So the next one, you guys are going to love this because there's a little bit
boy.
of divination in it. So the next comes is locust winter, and this is in early May. It is said that the
who
lightning
gets a winter in May? First off,
probably up north in Maine.
well,
and
maybe,
stuff.
but that's
yeah,
if you're
they
that
get colder.
high up in Canada.
So it is said that lightning strikes locust trees more often than any other. And for
You would
this,
think it would strike the dogwoods.
Yeah, because they're cursed.
it strikes the locust. So more than any other. And this is why they're used to divine future love interests. So this is the way they divine future love interests.
Why is he going after the locust tree? Because people fall in love over it?
Who say it's God striking the
This
tree?
might-
Maybe
yeah,
it's
this might
just
be
nature.
arrows.
Maybe
Yeah.
it's just nature itself. And nature
So
itself likes to
Zeus.
So Mother Nature doesn't want us to fall in love as humans.
Well, no, I don't know why it strikes the locust tree.
It's not
as
my
much as
magic. I'm just trying to learn your magic.
Well, it's interesting, but you guys
Okay,
pick it
so
apart.
the lightning strikes the locust tree, and it,
Well, they consider that like a blessing, I guess, for love, like love at first sight or
Oh, it's
whatever.
good if it gets struck.
oh,
Yeah. So you would go into the bush, you would pick out as many saplings of locust as you had lovers.
oh, hey now,
Yes,
I'll
and you
take
would
a
plant.
dozen.
You would. You would have to plant these trees in your front yard. Is your front yard big enough for 12 locust saplings?
My front yard's not big enough for one.
You should take the dogwood
Yeah,
and say,
Yeah.
okay, take that with it and be like, why'd you bring
first
dogwood?
love.
Because you're getting nailed tonight, baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So you would plant these trees, saplings in your front yard, and you wouldn't water them or anything. You would name them, each name of the suitor that you were, or girlfriend or boyfriend that you were in love with.
Alexa, Tina,
There you go.
Elvira, Linda. I keep going.
You better plant those trees quick. I think 3 of those names are getting up there in age.
Tina who?
Yeah, Faye.
Tina
Oh,
Fey.
Tina Fey, that's
You
right.
Better plant those trees quick.
Yeah, because some of them don't have much years left.
Oh, you're gonna,
So you would plant these trees, and you couldn't water them or anything because that's like showing favorable outcome, basically. So
Even
you would
if
name
you
them-
water them all equally.
No, you
Mm.
can't do that. You got to see which one survives on its own.
Oh, okay.
So whatever one survives on its own after midsummer, which is summer solstice, is the one that loves you the best, is the one that'll be true love. If there's more than one that survives, the one that's bigger, sturdier, and more healthy is the more healthy
one
and
you wanna
sturdy
take.
love. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to
so
name
it's
each
like,
tree.
It's like rolling dice, essentially.
Yeah, you just pick, but you at least you can pick where you want the guys to go. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, but like it's
it's like, here, I will go on vacation to one of these 3 places, and we'll just let the plant decide which one I go to. But you still want to go to all 3. But you're going to one of them. That's
it's like
it
eating a
too.
bag of grapes. You're like,
Mhm.
good, shitty.
Yeah.
I'm cursed.
Well, no, there's no curse to
There's
this.
no curse to this.
Yeah.
No.
This,
I mean,
this,
my
is,
lord.
This is
this is
just-
all good.
This is all good. Yeah, this is like if I were to say,
You're getting one of your choices.
if I, like he said, if he had his girlfriends and I had Kenny
Mhm.
Omega, Tom Hardy, and I don't know who else do I like.
I don't.
John Moxley. We'll just put 3.
Uh-huh.
And if I left them, I planted them and left them go, but named them all. And then by midsummer,
She gets one of them. So
yeah, midsummer, Kenny
Does-
Omega and
he doesn't have a s-
Tom,
he doesn't
Tom
have a say
Hardy.
in this?
Who?
What if the guy you planted a tree for
But
has
you have to have a little bit of reciprocation there.
so you're encouraging
yeah, well,
to
he
go out
did
and
too,
and
but
and-
he didn't pick you.
yeah.
But you got him. How? What then?
This is just lore. That's why they call this lore, boys.
No, I'm just trying to connect the dots.
Yeah, we're just trying to figure this life out. John Moxley's like,
No, I'm
Renee,
just,
I gotta go.
Yeah.
Somebody planted a tree.
no, but you know what I'm talking about.
What if you plant the tree, right? Guy comes to your house. Well, first off, we got to be a little promiscuous because you have to have a rapport with all these people first.
should.
No, do you? Do you?
That helps.
You can't do what I just done, and you couldn't do what you done either.
Yeah, you have the
in,
rapport.
in magic, you
so you got to play the.
Oh, see, I didn't know. I thought you could just.
you basically have you
that's
kind of should know them a little bit.
Oh,
You should know
okay.
them and
Well,
have
that-
some sort
that-
of rapport with
That
them.
really brings it down a notch.
Yeah.
Well,
Because if you know
Oh, so
them,
you're saying mentally preparing and grooming or whatever the word would be, or
It doesn't sound as fantastical.
coursing them and putting the work
Yeah,
in.
but I'm just saying, just for you as a
Yeah,
person.
and then
But you
I mean,
gotta
if you
remember,
could- if you
ladies back in that day, if a lady were to do this, the man had to do everything back then. The
We still
man
do.
had a court. No,
Plus,
you
there was
don't.
no,
No, you don't.
there was no.
Most women take most women do take the initiative on almost everything.
I disagree.
except for asking people out. You know how many times I've been asked out in my life? Like 2.
Two.
Yeah, 2.
Well,
Yeah. You know how many times
We'll-
a girl
we'll
gets?
s-
How many times have you been asked out in your life? There you go. There, probably way more than 2.
moving
See?
on.
See?
Moving on.
And here's another real quick one. Not that we go off on a tangent. How many? Don't answer. How many single girls do you know? All right. Think about that. Put that in your mind.
More single.
How
ones.
many single guys do you know?
Well, actually,
Right?
Actually, no. I know more single girls than I do guys.
What
I
the-
can't name one.
that's because of the you know a lot of people in a lot of long-term relationships, but the younger generation right
Yeah.
now, it's very hit or miss. A lot of guys aren't dating girls like that anymore
No.
because they're like, there's no point to it. Like, because a lot of every like social standards that have been built for a while have changed. And I'm not trying to make this like a boy versus girl podcast, but a
No.
lot of those social standards that girls have expected guys to do forever.
It already is boy versus girl because there's 2 boys that are cynical and 1 girl that's a believer.
Well, yeah,
But I'm saying a lot of those social standards that guys were always supposed to do for years
Yeah.
for girls, they're just like, there's no point to all that. Like, why would I? Like, there has to be a two-way street.
Yeah, I
I think
agree.
those social norms are getting broken down,
good.
and it's affecting people, like younger people meeting people and going that route.
No.
I don't have to worry about it. I've been with the same person for
Yeah.
15 years.
Yeah, neither do I.
But also, like, a lot of the things that we started our relationship on aren't your norm. Like, there's been
Mhm.
times where we went out and hung out and like she paid for dinner or I paid for dinner. Like, we threw all that out the
Yes.
window. Like, she drove or I drove. Like, we didn't have the
Which just seems like normal.
when
like,
we met, we're like, yeah, we're not spending a lot of money on wedding rings, and like,
Yeah.
we kind of took all those norms and threw them away because they're just old and
They're-
outdated.
Yeah, stupid. Do what
Yeah.
you want to do.
Exactly.
If you want to do that, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you plant these trees,
Plant the trees.
but now it can't be celebrities. They have to be people you know.
Well,
Yep.
they should be people. Like
What
this
do-
is my rendition of magic. Like I think if I'm going to, I don't do this because I'm married, but if I were to cast a love spell on somebody, I would want it to somebody that I already have. I don't even believe really in love spells.
Have you ever
per
cast a
se.
love spell ever in your life?
Yes.
Did it work?
Yes.
But
It doesn't work in the way you guys think
did you do it
is.
for someone else? Could you cast love
I
spell? for
can.
someone
I
else?
need their permission.
Okay.
But
But-
I will also tell people I will not do it for one certain person. Like I can't say, yes, Tina, I'm going to cast a love spell for you in favor of Andy Header. Like I
Yeah.
can only do. You need to give me your standards, not
Uh-huh.
a person's name,
This is interesting.
but a standard. Like
Okay.
just to say,
I like
like-
redheads. There.
like it needs to be a redhead with an open mind. With this shape of body and
34,
Oh, so it's
36.
you need to put a list of like recommendations down, but you cannot put one person down.
Oh,
You
Because
know
that
why?
interferes with free will. You can't interfere with, like, in my eyes, I don't think.
I think you already kind of are.
You can't interfere with
kinda.
free will.
Well,
No, you're just calling the person.
I
that
guess you're
supposed to-
inviting someone to come.
Okay, did
forward.
you ever? You
not anyone
boys
in
never
particular.
seen Practical Magic, did
No.
you? So in the beginning of Practical Magic, she doesn't want to have a love in her life because there's a curse on the family women, the Owens family women, that if when they find love, the man dies.
Ooh.
So she puts a spell out into the universe that her love of her life would be a man that likes the shape of stars, a man that has one blue eye, one green eye.
David Bowie.
What's the other?
Star
couple?
Child.
There's a couple other things, and then later in her life, when she's going through this thing with her sister, this guy comes from Arizona with one blue eye, one green eye. Oh, can ride a horse backwards. It was like all these wackadoodle things because she thought he
Horse
would never
backwards.
exist, but she called him to an existence. He had one blue eye, one green eye, could ride the horse backwards,
Okay, so
and
now
was a sheriff.
Ooh,
Had the silver star.
sheriff. So when you're
So,
casting love spells, you're not for a person but a type.
A type.
Okay.
So
we know.
I still think
there
that
are
kinda-
people that will do for one person.
I still,
but
think-
I would
I
think-
just
I still
Probably.
think that kind of goes against free will, though.
Well, no, because
Was that guy going to move to that area to meet that girl and do all
but
that?
at least like if so,
Or
if
now,
it's in-
now the
you-
universe is like,
it's the way you word it, boys, too. You have to say within our highest good, within the highest good of myself and the other.
is there an evil version where you can get the singular person?
yeah,
that you
can we
want?
narrow our
Yeah.
search engine down?
I'm just saying that there's because if there's good,
you
there's
can
bad.
do it. You can do it, but it just goes against what I believe.
Yeah,
Can,
yeah.
can Tinder be considered magic? Because you can just put it in your profile what you want, and then just
As long as you call it in and
There
you
it
say
is.
it every morning. You
Mhm.
put
We
that
have-
in your Tinder profile
can
and
also-
say it every. But are you going to still get some jackasses on Twitter that ain't going to be, or Tinder or whatever the hell it is, that ain't fitting that or description?
maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
it's
Tinder.
still. But it's a matter of intention. It's a matter of saying
Swipe
it out
left,
loud,
swipe right.
writing it down, putting that work in, and intending it to happen.
All right, what else we got here?
I want to
Kurt?
plant
Okay.
some trees.
The other one was, this one rings true for my family, when a flower blooms outside of its season. So a lot of people will say when a flower blooms outside of its season, that's sure to be a death in the family.
Oh, that's not
so
good.
my family has snowball bushes all around the house. So snowball bushes are these flowering brush or shrubs that grow these white flower balls about as big as my hand. We call them snowball bushes. So when one of those bloom outside of its season, like in the fall or early winter, we usually have a death in the family, and that does ring true.
Well, that's not a good one.
So
I would take those bushes out.
Yeah, I'd cut them right down.
that's what mom always said. And dad just keeps planting more.
He wants to know. I want to know when people are dead.
Yeah. All right.
So
What-
yeah, no. Now if anybody wants a card, that's fine.
if you
But if,
all right,
if-
Dana,
if-
Donna, yeah, Dana, are you still here for a card? If so, we'll read one off. What are you gonna say?
How do you plant 3 of those bushes with your lovers' names on it, and they bloom, but then they die
You might be on
because whatever one bloomed. Well, if it's out of
guess you
season, I
technically
don't
you
know.
could do that with any kind of seed or flower if you really wanted.
I don't like this. They can't be celebrities. Who wrote this? I'm gonna talk.
I'm
I
saying
bet if they had
me
celebrities back in the
me
day.
personally, I would say it would work better if they aren't celebrities, because if
Well,
it
back in
works
the day, but
it works better if you know the person.
Well, you only knew
I'm trying to be realistic.
the 20 people in
If
the
I'm
village.
calling,
Wait, you're trying to be realistic.
Yeah, I mean, with this magic shit.
I think that went out the window as you're spinning it around. What are we
is
doing?
Tony an asshole? Oh, look at that! It's saying yes.
Yeah.
With the pendulum. Jeez.
By the intention I'm putting out that means no.
Yeah.
No.
Pendulum. Can we
the-
use celebrities for magic
Here,
tree growing?
Here, Andy
love
wants to
fest?
know: can we use celebrities and love spells?
What's circle mean?
Yeah.
It's thinking.
Okay.
Oh,
Can the celebrities?
one at a time.
Can they use non-celebrities for their love spells?
Why would they do that?
Don't
I know. Why would they? Why would you?
It's a don't know or rephrase the question.
Oh, okay. Ask again later.
Yeah.
It's a magic 8-ball. I have a magic D20, like it's an 8-ball, but the thing doesn't
What
come
the
all way.
fuck is a
A
D20?
D20
Probably just as accurate.
is a 20-sided dice that you use for. Dungeons and
Oh,
Dragons.
oh, yeah.
All right, read a card. What
Okay.
are we doing with this thing? What are we?
You'll see what I do.
Okay.
With it.
You're gonna get a little swinger.
Is
thing,
Dana
too.
still want a card?
Yes, Dana wants a card.
Boy. Okay, she's shuffling the deck.
So we have an idea while she's shuffling what we're
Mhm.
gonna do next episode.
Yes.
What are we doing?
Kelly said we were all going to pick wacky conspiracy theories.
Wacky conspiracy
We'll talk about it.
theories.
Oh,
Yeah. So they
Okay.
can be short, long, whatever. You know.
Okay.
We'll talk about 5 and they're real short. And yeah. Like the Titanic didn't sink.
all right. I like it.
So stuff like that. Goofy out there stuff.
Very out there ones.
Like Avril Lavigne's not is
Yep.
dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And replaced by a clone.
There you go.
Stuff like that. Just real wild out there, or like birds aren't real. Stuff like that.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun. Birds aren't real.
I don't know.
So each
Charge
one,
on the
if
wire.
you don't mind picking one, I'm gonna tell Andy to pick one, and I'll pick one. We'll do 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
Unless they're real
Or-
short, then
Yeah, and
you
if
can
they're
make-
real short, pick another one.
I might not have time to pick one and research it and do it.
Well,
To be
that's
honest,
fine.
so I'll just use 2 pick it and
Okay.
I'll play quarterback here.
I'm doing 2 cards today, Dana.
Ooh.
All right, 2 cards.
So I'm going to say they're both in reverse because I pulled them both as reverse. So the first one, reverse temperance. You need, yeah, you need to be more balanced in life right now. That's what this is saying to me.
Is there a tree for that? Can she plant like a flower?
The balance tree. there is 2 gentlemen.
There's so much flower magic out there. There probably is
I
a
bet you-
flower for magic
There's
for balance.
Magic for everything.
So
Sex
maybe
magic,
lavender.
flower
Flower
magic,
magic.
star magic, moonlight
and
magic.
then like you get into like money magic and money magic.
Ooh, what are you using?
Money magic. I was thinking about doing in May because May is the 5th month.
Can we not use the crystal thing and switch over to money magic? Because I feel like we need results here.
We could all use money.
Yeah.
You know?
Wait, you want a money grid?
Yeah,
will
to make
will
such
that
a
make
thing?
us money?
it would make you money. Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
But you have to believe. You have to believe. You
Ah,
can't be
fuck.
cynical, because any kind of negative. Let me do Dana's reading
All right.
here. God love her. So I would say, Dana, you need to. You want to show her that one.
It's
This
a
is
hunk.
something to do with a choice too.
It's-
Make your choices around
There's two dudes on
balance-
these cards.
balanced
You got it.
balanced thoughts and reactions.
You got 2 men in your life. They all have-
Something about you need to be more balanced in your thoughts, reactions, or choices.
And the temperance
Make sure
guy,
you think your choices out good enough and long enough.
he looks a little sickly. Temperance there.
Both these guys look like,
They should eat a hamburger.
yeah.
You know, that's coming from you. That's rich.
Well, look at him. He looks sickly.
And you're
Hey.
skinny.
I always say this: if a guy said that girl needs to lose weight, oh, he's an asshole. If a guy says that needs to lose, if she needs to gain weight, oh well, yeah, he's right. Double standard.
You know what I do? I just don't comment on people's
Yeah.
sizes at all.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
That's what I don't either.
that's usually what
So-
I go by. Whatever makes you happy.
Yeah.
If you're big and you're happy, you're
Yeah.
skinny and you're happy, you live your life.
That looks
Oh,
sickly.
now we're swinging stuff
Okay,
over.
now what are you doing now? She's
I'm asking if my responses are correct.
using the pendulum
Okay, so you're getting a little
over your tarot
little
cards. Dana.
swingy dingy here.
And when the pendulum swings a certain way or pattern, it's a yes or no. Whatever she did. That's
Sure.
We don't know because we don't know which way is yes or no.
I told you in the last divination one, yes is that for me.
Oh, okay.
Up and down. north
But
and
it's not
south.
necessarily the same for everybody, right?
No, but
Whatever
yes,
you
yes, and this goes true to the Appalachian magic too. Yeses are up and down, north and south. No's are yes or east and west.
okay.
So
Like,
interstates.
Nope.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And circling motion like this, if it's divination work, is you got to rephrase the question or it's thinking. Cross quarters are always rephrase or not yet to be known
Okay.
type thing.
Ask again later. I love that one.
All right. So what are we doing?
So
So what is her reading?
yes, that's my pendulum's coming across as a yes. It's a thought or like
So you had
a
to double
choice-
check the
a
cards.
a choice that you really have to meditate and have a clear and balanced reaction to.
There you go.
So anybody else are we good?
I think that's it.
Good.
I think we got our cards for the night.
Yeah.
So it's balanced. Her question is so it's balanced in my choices.
Yes. Make sure you're thinking your choices out all the way. Like don't make snap choices. In other words, don't make snap reactions either.
That's good advice for anything.
There you go.
I would say.
Andy, what do you got to plug?
I'm gonna plug. I always want to plug something related to the show. I don't. So if you want to know more about the Flatwoods
It's your
Monster,
plugs.
yeah, look at Kryptonaut Podcast. And there's also a channel on YouTube. It's called Cryptic with 2 C's, right? They do short little videos, and there's a Flatwoods one. There's all kinds of ones. The Beast of Jeverdin, all kinds of there's like serial killers that actually wore masks, stuff like that. They do all kinds of creepy videos called Cryptic with 2 C's
There you go.
on YouTube.
Kelly.
I possibly am going to be at the Inner Peace and Wellness Expo this weekend at the Hamburg Fieldhouse, and I'm possibly helping out a booth that has a camera or an aura camera.
Mm.
So if you come get your picture taken, I will tell you how to help balance out the chakras that are a little unbalanced, or if there's something in your aura, how to help fix it through crystals.
There you go.
So come in and take a look, and there's lots of great things going on at this expo. Let me pull it up
Vendors,
here.
I assume. Everybody, I think
Yeah,
you said
so
it's
the
10 to get
vendor-
in.
Yeah, it's 10 to get in. The vendors, they have the most vendors this year than they've had in the past. So
Oh, wow.
that's a great thing. I mean, it's growing and growing and growing, and there's always free lectures for you to go and sit and listen to.
The field house is pretty big, so it's not like a little small building.
No, for $10 to get in and walk around and see and support some local artists and local jewelry people and local healer, or I don't want to say healers, but local energy workers.
Why
it's a
can't you call them
great way.
healers?
Is it derogatory?
No,
Or is it assuming that's what
because
they do?
the power shouldn't come from you. It should come from like a connection you have from source.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's kind of an ego based word. I try and not say it for myself. Sometimes it slips, but I try and correct myself too.
Sure.
Yeah, I wish I was a healer.
So-
I'll say it.
Yeah, so it's the Spring 2022 Inner Peace Holistic Expo at the Hamburg Fieldhouse, and that's in Hamburg, Pennsylvania on Pine Street. There's a nice old cemetery right across the street from it. If
Mhm.
you're a cemetery file like I am, or a cemetery person, this is going to have a variety of vendors, including crystals, gemstones, Reiki, massage, CBD products, wellness products for home and person, handcrafted soaps, jewelry, eye readings, like that they read the pupils of your eyes, psychic
Oh, I never-
mediums,
never heard
aura
that one.
photos, yes, readers, holistic pet care, and much more. $10 entry free. Kids 12 and under are free.
There you
It
go.
goes on this Saturday and Sunday.
I wonder if oh shit, the mediums are gonna be like, someone's coming through.
When
He's
they're
a real tall guy,
gonna spend some
Like I
money.
said, some of them are just
like
pure
Andre.
pull,
Because Andre was
Oh,
there.
okay,
Maybe some
yeah.
wrestling ghosts will be there.
pure bullshit. It can be, and then some
That's
of them are
true.
good. Just depends.
Oh, there you go. Go there, check that out. You know what? You know what might be one good thing when you go there that they're not advertising? What some of them people look like.
Get what?
What do some of them people look like? Nothing against them. I bet you there's some sites in a place like that. Hey, just like there's sites at the Comic Cons.
Oh, listen, our wrestling shows.
Yeah, there's sites at
wrestling
wrestling shows.
shows, yeah.
Yes, there is.
People in general.
The-
And I'm not talking to wrestlers. I'm talking
See, I
to
think
the
the best
audience.
is going to like Hershey Park and just sitting on
Watch
a bench
people watching. Yeah,
and just people watching.
people watching can be a very.
We've done
interesting
that
thing.
before the Fall Out Boy concert years ago when we went to see Fall Out Boy when they came back,
No
and
con-
it was like, oh my god! For
He's-
some reason, that was the show of all shows, just to sit on the bench and watch people go. It was
Mhm.
like, great concert too. Fall Out Boy was excellent. So if anybody ever wants to
I've seen
see
them.
Fall Out Boy, I highly recommend.
All right. The IWEP Network. Head over to IWEPnetwork.com. It's a one-stop shop for all of our stuff for every show. Also, you can use the link tree below to check out everything for Truth Behind Illusion. You can follow us on all social media. We are going to change up a little bit on social media. It's going to take me a while to do it all. But if you go to our social media and we're not following you anymore, do not take offense to it.
Yeah.
We're gonna I want, when you click on our followers, I want you to see either our sponsors, our other pages that we support and run,
Oh, not just
or
a bunch of people.
or recommendations. So
Yeah.
it's not just going to be a list full of people anymore.
Oh, look, there's Tom.
Because
and
what I
Phil.
was doing is I was following people back,
Yeah.
and then I go back and I look at like 60 of the followers that we had, and they're all like porn bots.
Oh,
Yeah.
And then we're
jeez.
getting flooded with
Yep.
fucking posts of people tagging us and nonsense.
Oh, okay.
And because I was doing the follow back thing,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna go through and kind of clear
So
it out.
I started that a little bit on TikTok already. I started clearing out people like, and that's not that we don't love our fans and we don't like to communicate with you as we love you.
If you're commenting a lot and you're commenting a lot, and
we
you-
will keep you
yeah,
definitely.
you will.
But
It's
with
just really hard right now to go through and say, oh, that's a good one, that's not,
Right.
because we got to clear stuff out.
Correct.
But if
Get rid
you're
of the spam.
if you're engaging and you're still doing it, we
Right.
will follow you back. Like I feel like that follow has to be justified.
Mhm.
It's not just gonna be like we're like, even celebrities. Like I'm getting rid of a lot of, like, the wrestling one.
Yeah.
Like unless we met that person at the show, are they engaged with us? Like
Mhm.
I'm not following.
And the TikTok
everyone.
one, I want to get more paranormal cryptid stuff on our page. I don't want to see babies. I'm sorry, your kids are beautiful and everything,
You're
but
seeing
if
babies on it?
yeah, people's babies,
Yeah,
and
I
stuff
don't-
that
I
we
don't
I don't see no
follow.
babies either.
I don't
I'm
use-
like,
I don't use that one.
that's great. You have a child. It's wonderful. And
Unless
if
your
you follow
baby's
us,
green
that's
or
great.
something.
That is
Yeah.
wonderful if you follow us, and you like Jen. She's wonderful, and I love her little baby and stuff, and that she follows and does everything for us that she does. But if you're just a rando and I see like pictures of babies and pets and shit, you're going, because I want to see more paranormal cryptid stuff. Like the Sasquatch thing today I sent him came from TikTok, so I want to see more of that kind of stuff to educate myself and to have future podcasts.
Maybe we can do two in the future.
So-
Here's an idea, because I feel like we have our topic, and sometimes we try to stretch out topics longer and it kind of gets convoluted. So let's stick with a topic, even if it's going to be 15, 20, 30 minutes.
Mhm.
But that beginning section where we do like our banter, let's find video. Like if you find something on TikTok or the
Okay.
internet or something, and then we can download them and put them up, and we can watch the video and then comment on it.
All right,
Oh.
sounds
And
good to
maybe,
me.
and then like audio listeners will describe what we're seeing and tell you what's going on here. And then if you're a video, you get to watch it too. And then we
Yeah.
kind of, I think that'd
That's
be
fine.
kind of a fun
We could
thing.
we can even have that as a recurring, like the beginning segment or whatever, the TikTok or the video or article or whatever.
Yeah.
Of the week.
Yeah, so that's kind of the route. So if you see social media kind of unfollow, it's nothing personal. We're
Nope.
just trying to clear stuff out, but we will start following people back. We'll go back and because even with the beer one, we followed like thousands of breweries, and only like 6 of them we ever really we got reciprocated back. So we
Yeah.
want to follow the ones that either we had episodes with or shows with, so it's easier for people to go back and see all that stuff. But yeah, I'm just kind of going through and cleaning stuff out because I'm so sick of every day going on and removing posts of just like spam or
Mhm.
you want a free iPod because
Yeah,
we've-
them things. I got tagged in one today,
Oh.
and it's
They're
like
on
a spam
Instagram.
bomb.
I'm
They're
deleting them, like,
terrible.
on all of our pages. I'm deleting
Are
like
you
8
reporting
per-
them as spam?
Yeah, I'm reporting it. And I say block them, and they come right fucking
Back.
back. I hate it. So I'm just clearing stuff out, and we'll figure it all out. But yeah, if you could follow us on social media. Also, we said before, the Patreon's there. If you cannot monetary support us, that's fine. We don't expect that. But you can always go and hit like, share, follow, tell somebody about the podcast. We do have a bunch of stickers here. So if you see us out in the wild, I have stickers now for every podcast, which is pretty exciting.
If you see me at the Inner Peace show this weekend, I'll have a stack of stickers. I can give them out to you.
There you go.
And we have merchandise. Sorry, I have such bad fucking heartburn right now.
Ooh, boy.
That's what I'm struggling all day with. We have merchandise too. You can go grab some t-shirts and hoodies and all that fun stuff. And if you do get merchandise, please take a photo of you in that merchandise so we can put it on social media and thank you. There you go. That's a good way to get followed too, because then we tag you and then we follow you because you bought a t-shirt. There you go. So if you want to be on that, that's a way to do it. But we'll see you guys next time. Truth Behind Illusion. See you guys in 2 weeks
In West Virginia.
If you want to see the rest of the content that you see throughout the week, definitely go check out the IWEP network. We love you guys. We'll see you next time. There's a Flatwood Monster photo I didn't mean to put up there.
Yeah, let it go because that's cool.
Look at that 50s hair and the eyeglasses.
I love everything about that.
Yeah,
I want to get that frame bind that up.
I want to find like plushies or action
there
figures.
is one I followed it and they did start making plushies. It's like they make plushies, all different ones, and
like
they made
if we do a character, like keep them plushie up,
yeah,
we'll put them on the table.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
You got anything to add?
No, I was just gonna say there's some really cool cryptid art on TikTok we follow.
Yeah.
I'll have to show him then.
All right.
Go plant some plants and put celebrities' names on them.
Come trees.
Yeah.